Derek, welcome. It's really nice to have you here. A little background, we've known each other for about 7 years. I've been going to the gym for about 30 years, and I have never met anyone who has the predictable results that you get. You transform your body predictably better than anyone I've ever seen. I want to get into that, but first, tell us about some of the competitions you've won, and tell us about your certifications and that type of thing.
Originally, I was a shot putter, high school, college, All-American from Ole Miss. Then life changed and I decided to lose all my shot putting weight, start bodybuilding, and the rest is history. I've been bodybuilding for 6-7 years. I've won several competitions. I just came off winning my second pro show, NGA Garden States, and I have 2 more coming up. Personal trainer, and I'm certified with NASM for personal training. That's about it.
Tell us what NASM is.
NASM is, so you can take tests and become a personal trainer with 100 different tests. This is the most prestigious, one of the best ones to take.
Okay,
Sorry.
but it's a very rigorous,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
rigorous. And tell us just a little bit about when you say a pro bodybuilder, a lot of people, tell us what that means. How do you actually get a lot of people talk about their pro card.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you get your pro card.
You go to a pro qualifier, you win your weight class, then each person from each weight class goes up at the end and they all compete against each other. Overall winner gets their pro card.
So all the sub winners
Yeah.
in an event then compete together.
Yes.
So you actually beat all the winners.
Yes.
And you've done that twice.
I did that once to get my pro card, and then I just won my first pro show.
Right. So you were actually competing against professionals.
Yes.
Wow. And what's the future of your career? What do you see for yourself in the future?
Hopefully way more pro wins each year.
Good.
And there's also a new show, which is huge, the Natural Olympia, which is like one of the biggest shows for natural athletes.
Okay, and when you say natural, just go into that a little bit, because there's this mystique around bodybuilding, and most people can't believe, especially somebody who looks like you, can do it natural. Tell us about your natural career.
That natural means no pro hormones, no steroids, no testosterone, no growth, insulin, all the crazy stuff a lot of people are taking. There's a list this big filled with stuff, even like common stuff in pre-workouts. I got to send in to the federation, get it approved. But I mean, it's either that or it's competing against people that are taking steroids and stuff, which I've tried. Not the steroids. I tried competing with them, and it's just not really.
It's not fair.
It's not. Yeah.
It's
not fun. I mean,
it's
it's
not
just
fair.
stupid.
And it's not a fair
Yeah.
competition. Yeah, because
So
yeah.
I'd rather go against people that are in the same arena as me,
Yeah.
have the same thought process about it. So it's much more fun that way.
And it's probably much better for your long-term health.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
especially being a type 1 diabetic.
Yeah. Okay. That was going to lead to my next question. And again, we're personal friends, family friends. You're our fitness director, deservedly so, for the RD&T Media and Events. Tell us about, now, from our conversations, correct me if I'm wrong, you actually were diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when you were 10 years old?
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yep.
How did that impact and affect your life? How did that really change your life?
I mean, it's a huge change in your life. I mean, you have to constantly be accountable for everything you put in your body. Keep track of everything. So I think that getting that at such a young age, like, pretty much set the rest of my life. I'm very strict, and I'm like that with everything that I do, that I enjoy. I obsess about it, and I go 100% in everything I do. That's why I have results that I have.
Well, the results, I want to get back to the results, but you also get results for other people. Let's hold off on that because I want to talk a little bit more. So then you were a champion athlete in New York State, track and field.
Yeah.
You then you were an All-American at Ole Miss. And right as we sit here right now, you really don't have, like, you were an All-American in shot putting, and you don't have the typical shot putter's body.
Yeah.
Everybody would kill for your body. That's not
Yeah.
a pejorative in any way. How did you transition from shot putter to professional bodybuilder?
Well, I went for 15 years pretty much force feeding myself until I was at the brink of throwing up at every single meal, just trying to get as big as humanly possible. Because
How big did you get? I'm curious.
I was, 5'10", 250 pounds.
Wow.
And
Okay.
it was uncomfortable, it was miserable, but I loved throwing and I wanted to do whatever I could to be as best as I could be.
Got it.
Throwing against dudes that are 6'5",
Exactly.
300 pounds
Unbelievable.
at the average.
And you were beating them.
Yeah. So
Was it technique? I mean,
Technique,
you're a great
yeah,
athlete. As well as being a bodybuilder and looking great, you're a great athlete. Do you think it was technique,
mostly technique
dedication,
and
strength?
explosiveness.
Yeah. Amazing. Absolutely. It's mind-boggling.
So then throwing, I blew my back out twice, my lower back.
Oh,
Had
really?
2 lower back surgeries.
Huh.
After the second surgery, the doc was like, "Yeah, you're not cutting it. Stop.
Right.
You're not gonna be able to walk."
Yeah.
I was actually trying to make the world championships at the time. I was like that far from hitting the standard. So I had that done, and then I lost about 20 pounds just from not force feeding myself. And my dad was a bodybuilder in the 80s, owned gyms. So I went home for Christmas, and he was like, "Oh, geez, you look good." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I want to do a show." I've been seeing his pictures up on my wall and
Right.
all over the place. So he agreed that I should get my feet wet, try it once. I did it once, and
You were hooked.
I went from shot putting. My obsession went from shot putting to bodybuilding.
Got it. Just for the shot putters out there, what was your longest throw?
18.51 meters,
Wow.
which
How many
for
feet
a
is
guy
that?
under 6 foot is pretty good. Almost 61.
Wow. Amazing. All right. You then had another health challenge. And when we go out for dinner together sometimes, you have to be careful. Why don't you tell us about that and how that impacted you?
The middle of my senior year of high school, just going to my normal endocrinologist. They do a full panel of blood work. I was diagnosed with celiac disease, and I was struggling throwing. I had no clue what was going on. And then
You were getting weak?
yeah,
Really?
I felt like
For
crap
no-
in the
for
weight
no
room.
reason. Yeah.
Falling asleep in class. I was like 8 feet from what I threw the previous year, and I'm like, well, what is going on? I'm supposed to have a breakout year.
Right.
They diagnosed me. 2 weeks later, I break the state record,
New York State record.
indoor shot put record.
Wow.
And then ever since then, it's just got to be careful what I eat.
Right.
Flour, oats, barley, rye, malt. It's in a lot of stuff you don't think it's in,
Yeah.
but most reading I've ever done in my life, reading
Yeah.
ingredient labels.
Yeah. So, did this enhance your life on any level, or was it?
No, I don't think so. Just made it more of a pain in the butt.
More
Yeah,
difficult,
yeah.
really? Okay. all
Going
right.
out to eat, traveling
Yeah.
with the track team that we're driving 8 hours. We're going to stop at Wendy's.
Got
So I
it.
have to get 8 double cheeseburgers with no buns and a milkshake.
Got it.
Like, it's just,
Yeah, meditative. Yeah, especially when you're young. Okay.
yeah.
So tell us how. Now, the other thing I've noticed, family members and even personal friends of yours, is that not only can you get the results for yourself, but you get results for other people, and that's really why we would do anything we can to get you on our team. How do you get the results for other people? Obviously, you have that personal discipline. It's much different to get results for other people.
Yeah, I mean, same strategy I use on myself, I use on everyone else. So the ability for them to get the results as I get results myself depends on the person that's working with me. If you do exactly what I tell you to do. You communicate with me. We have updated pictures every week, and you're into it, and it's something you really want to do, you're going to get results. You have to believe in the person you're working with in order to get results. If I give you a diet right now and you think I have no idea what I'm talking about, you're going to do the diet for 2 days, then you're done. It's 0 results. But if I'm like, oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger is giving me a diet, he's the best ever, I'm going to do everything he tells me to do. Even if it's not a good diet, I'm still going to get better results than if I didn't believe in someone.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And so it'd be hard for people not to believe in you with the results you have, obviously. Yeah. I mean, just look at on our website, you can see the pictures are really amazing. What's the just give us some insight into your mental process. In other words, how do you, like, your schedule, we were talking before, is that you're up at 5:30 in the morning. Actually, you're up at like 4:35. Yeah, 3, 4 in the morning. You actually train and you work out, then you train again. And in the midst of all this, you're actually training for professional bodybuilding shows. How do you what's your mental toughness? If you could give some insight into help people have the same type of mental toughness.
That is actually one of the hardest things to get across to clients, people I'm working with. A lot of times you just got to ask them, do you really want, like, what you're coming to me for, do you really want to do it? Every time you want to quit, think of the steps you were taking to come and talk to me, or why did you come to me? If you don't want to do the diet and that's not enough for you to stay on the diet, then probably don't really care about your body, your health, or what you were coming to me in the first place for.
Gotcha.
So I mean,
so it really starts with there was this old joke we used to say, you gotta wanna. Mm-hmm. You gotta wanna.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. And so do you have any motivation tips, or is there something like people who really do wanna and they just need a little push over the edge? What do you do for them?
Tell them consistency is key. Most people go to the gym, they start dieting, and they quit right before they start seeing changes. My dad would tell all my friends, you worked out for a month, 3 more weeks, 1 more week, 2 more days. You're going to see yourself change in the mirror. You're hooked for the rest of your life.
Got it.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah. So you got to get them over the hump. Yeah. You got to get them over the hump.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Once you
Very
see
interesting.
an ab pop through or something happen in the mirror,
right.
Or someone says, "Oh, you've been going to the gym?" They're like, "Oh, geez, it's really cool," and then you become obsessed with it.
Right. And you just had a friend of yours win a competition as well that you were training.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So I do her diet for her workout. She has the same mentality I have. Anything I tell her to do, she is going to do. So she lost 18 pounds so far. She just competed with me at our last show, and she won her pro card in figure, which is beat everyone, and she got second in bikini. So
fun.
Yeah, that was an awesome show for her. Right. And it was the first time we just decided to do bikini like a few weeks ago. So she just jumped into it and she did awesome.
That's great. Congratulations. So a couple of things to wrap it up. What would be your number one tip for somebody who, wants to get in, maybe wants to improve their health, wants to go to the gym, fitness, maybe put on a little bit of muscle? And then I want you to tell me about, if you're somebody who wants to get the same kind of results you do, what would be a tip for them? But let's start with the typical.
Pretty much for both of those questions, everything you do has to align with your goal. You can't want to lose weight and then go binge drink on the weekend and then eat like crap after. Your workout, your cardio, your food, all has to go towards that goal. If I'm trying to be a big shot putter, I can't eat 1,000 calories every day. I have to eat as much as humanly possible, because that's gonna align more with my goal, and I'm gonna get better results than if I'm eating like I'm dieting. Same thing for someone that's trying to lose weight. Like I said a minute ago, you're not going to go out and eat like a pig, go to fast food if you're trying to lose weight.
Right.
You have to get the workout in, diet, cardio, it all has to be working in the same direction to
Right.
get optimal results.
Gotcha. So you're talking about, you're talking about a real, if I'm using the word correctly, a realignment of your entire life.
Yeah. If
Food.
you're trying to create like the best results you can possibly
Right.
get.
So food, exercise, I guess rest would be another one.
Yeah, definitely.
Rest. And what does stress play a part in this? In other words, what you're doing is like 1/10, 1,000th of 1% of the population can do what you do, and I've seen you do it for 6 or 7 years now. Is there a lot of stress? Do you get stress? I mean, is it difficult, or are you just on crew? How do you handle people want to know that like what you do is so beyond their comfort level?
Yeah.
Give them insight. How do you do it?
To me, that is my comfort level because I've loved to compete. The harder I have to work to get the end result, that's what I love. I've always been the underdog, so it's just that's what I choose to do. But most people don't like that feeling of always being behind the bus. So you just gotta, if you're stressed out, you can't just, you go to the gym. You use the stressors to reach your end goal. You don't get stressed out and like, oh, well, I'm gonna go eat now just because I don't really care.
You don't let it take you over.
You don't go the opposite way. Use the stress and keep going
Right.
and further in the direction you want to go in.
Yeah. A good friend of mine who didn't get near the results. He says, well, what does being stressed has to do with getting results? What does being tired have to do with getting results? You know, and he really redirected like that.
Yeah.
And we talk about how, so correct me if I'm wrong here, but if I'm getting the impression that it would be harder for you to not work out, it would be harder.
Okay.
It would be harder for you to overeat. It would be harder for you to not rest.
The overeat part.
You
once
to
in a
eat
while,
sometimes.
yeah,
All right,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay, that's
But if I'm busy and I know on Sunday I'm going to be running all over the place, I'm going to go to the gym in the morning purposely because if the gym closes at 7 at night, I don't know if I'm going to get there on time. I don't want to rush. I do stuff and plan in advance so I can't mess up.
Gotcha.
Cook all my meals on Sunday for the whole week. I can't mess up. I have no excuse to, I'm in a hurry, I got to be to work, I'm going to go stop at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I have my food right out of it's quicker for me to go into my fridge.
Yeah. See, I wish I had your story in the Creative Process Workbook, The Ultimate Guide to Recreating Your Life. We talk about forethought. And if you know an event's going to be difficult, you just plan ahead, and that's what you're doing. And it also sounds like the image in your mind, the thing that focuses and guides all your activities is the goal you've set for yourself to be. Really, you are a world-class athlete. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you wanted to, anything else any tips you could give us, any questions I didn't ask that would help the viewers, help them get to know you better? I mean, again, this gentleman here he is a life transformation fitness coach like I have never seen. Nobody I have ever met in 30 years in the gym, I've seen professional bodybuilders. Nobody over a consistent period of time is able to transform their body like you are. So, anything else we can?
Consistency is key.
Just be consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you derail, get right back on, keep going.
Never give up.
Yeah, don't have one bad meal and be like, oh, well, I got to stop now. I screwed it up. Just keep going.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. You may look better. You have one cheat meal, you may look better. So everything happens for a reason.
Derek, this has been a phenomenal interview. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.